What is going on, everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood gamer, PTK BLAM, back with another episode of the Shop Podcast, guys. Man, it feels good to be back, guys. Got a lot to talk about this week. A whole bunch of shit going on in gaming, and we're going to dive right in. But once again, as I always start the show, I want to let you guys know, thank you for the continued support on the podcast and on the channel altogether. You guys have been freaking awesome. Thank you so much. Once again, share the link. The chat is lit, so anytime I ask the panel questions, guys, that question is also for you. So, get the topics going, get the chat going. We appreciate the love and support, man. We're going to dive right in. I got my two guys here with me. Go ahead and shout yourself out, Chuck.
All right, what's down with y'all? You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm up. Man, I seen these topics. They're going to be fire. It's going to be lit. It's going to be a good podcast. And shout out BLAM, man, because I ain't going to lie. I recently been doing my podcast, and I see the effort that it takes to actually run a podcast. So anybody that's trying to start YouTube, man, it takes dedication, and you will get slapped down. But when you come back, they'll let you know if this for you or not. But let's get it.
Absolutely. Let's get it. And I got my guy, Pred. Go ahead and shout out yourself, Pred.
What's up, everybody? I know we had a little quick podcast last week on the show, so we got Triple Cup Chuck back here. I'm happy to have him back on the podcast this week. Ready to talk about these topics we got going on, so let's get this shit rolling, man.
Get it rolling. Let's get it popping. And by the way, Pred gonna be in and out. He over there cooking it up, so he gonna be in and out the podcast.
Hey, make sure he's saving me a plate too.
Pred could be making like antelope ass or something.
We eating together.
We eating together. All right, for sure. Let's dive right in. Once again, the chat is live, everybody. Holler at the panel. Tell everybody what's up when you get in the chat, man. So let's dive right in. First thing we diving into, we getting this shit out the way first, because I already know we're going to be talking about this for a cool minute. So we're going to start with Pubg. The Pubg outrage has been ridiculous the last few days. Now, I don't have the game just yet, but I've watched people stream it, watch YouTube videos, seen the other side of the coin where people are complaining, bitching, whatever you want to call it, about the game. And I want to get you guys' opinion, because I know both of you guys have the game. Guys' opinion on about actually what's going on in the game. I saw you, Fred. You definitely probably the tweet of the week about people bitching and complaining about Pubg, man. So I'll start with you, Fred. What do you think about? Do you think some of it's overblown? Do you think some of it's like, obviously some of it may be like actual facts, but do you think it's overblown?
It's a tad bit overblown, tad bit too much overblown. They're making a big deal out of resolution and frame rates and stuff like that. Well, it's 4K, but it's running like sub 30 frames per second, dipping down to I think as low as like 4 frames. And I ain't gonna lie, like I've had some frame rate issues when I've been playing too, and I'm coming over from PC, so it's a definite drop in what I'm getting on PC. So, but it's not bad, I think like the initial, I guess the first couple of hours I played it, it was really shitty, and then I don't know if they did something, if they pushed a patch out or anything like that, but I don't know what happened, but the frame rates actually improved over the last day or so that I've been playing on there. But it's a preview game, so like everybody harping and hyping up, about that it looks like shit. I mean, what were you expecting, dude? It's a preview game. It wasn't going to be. I don't think we're. And keep in mind, I've been playing this game since I got back from my deployment, like in March, April-ish time frame. So I've seen the early builds of this game on PC, and they were shitty then too. They weren't as bad as frame rates because it all kind of depends on the rig you have, but it was very unpolished, and it's still not optimized on PC. So I don't understand why people were expecting this to come out and just be like a full blown, launch title, in preview, because no games in preview have ever been, since preview programs started, no games in preview have been what they started off at. So be patient. I know I've been tweeting all day about this game, dude. So just pushing back the haters today, but like, just be patient, man. It's a preview game. It's gonna fix itself, because I'm telling you now, the mode I'm playing on PC now is night and day versus what I was playing before. In this game, we're playing the early build of this game. You might have the vaulting and mechanics and stuff like that are in the game, but there's a lot of stuff missing right now, and it's playing on low textures right now. So just calm down, people. It's gonna get better.
Yeah. And honestly, when you think about it, this reminds me of a little game that we had in game preview for probably about 2 or 3 years now, maybe even longer than that. Yeah, probably about 2 or 3 years. A little game called Ark that started out, if you remember it on the Xbox, when it first came out, That shit was damn near unplayable. Try getting on that bitch with about 4 or 5 people and flying around. Good luck with that when the game first came out. Because the Xbox was going to be lagging, skipping, stopping, starting. You fuck around and have to restart the Xbox at one point. Now go buy the game now and see if that's a problem. Because it's a complete night and day difference from when Ark was in preview. It's not even in preview anymore. I think it's an actual game. That's full game now. But from then till now, like you saw the progression over time. That's what game preview is for. Like it's essentially a running beta till they get shit right. We're gonna give you guys this game to play while we're still working on it. So
I don't really understand the difference of, and I was just thinking about this while you're saying this. It's a preview game. You're getting it tested now, but what is the difference between buying $30 on this or doing a GoFundMe for Shenmue and put money in that and you can't even play it yet? It's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing.
I forgot about Shenmue.
I mean, am I wrong? I mean, is it not the same concept? Like you're just getting it now versus waiting until something comes out.
Yeah, I mean, just with better perks.
Yeah.
But you know how everybody is. They be like, it's never enough. They want just one more. That's like when you eat you can get a supersized fry, eat the whole thing, and then you be looking at the bottom of the bag because you want just one more. It's always going to be that. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what you give them and all the good stuff that you could give them, they always got a attitude. Me with this PUBG, I was like, I got it, but I ain't really had time to play it. I've been on this Injustice because I know my time's limited right now because of my work and it's holiday season. I got to go Christmas shopping. So I'm getting I've been playing now. Say about this weekend when I got time to sit back and just chill, I'm putting on me some PUBG. I've been seeing all the stuff they've been happening. But what I've been noticing is a trend. The trend consists of when Rise was coming out, the QuickTime events. When Quantum Break was about to come out, it wasn't 1080p, it was 720p checkerboard. Like all the Xbox exclusives, when they finna come out or just came out, is gonna have a big outlash that's trying to down talk something about the game. And by this game being in preview, that means they can find anything to pick on because anytime an Xbox game come out, the negative about it. There's no positive stuff that's going out. It's always the negatives. Look at the track record for all the Xbox exclusives.
No, that's a good point. That's definitely a good point because I 100% believe that. Like, absolutely. It's one of them things that just keeps happening. And you hit the nail on the head, Chuck. Like, it just, for whatever reason, and I don't want to dive back into that bag. We've done that enough. But when these games come out, and I mean, think about it. Game preview. I mean, it kind of says it, kind of speaks for itself. Like, who's saying it too, Chuck? Because I don't know if you noticed, but if you see who the tweets are coming from, a lot of them, are kind of off. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've been noticing who's actually been tweeting about the issues on the game. And a lot of these publications, they know that. These big, journalists, they know that the game is in preview. Like, I understand it's different between so that they're aware, which is fine. I'm okay with saying, okay, guys, when you play the game, it's going to have these, these issues going on with it. Okay, cool. But when you just say, oh, my God, this is ridiculous. It is completely unplayable. This is trash. The game's been out for how long? The damn game been out? A week? Or something like that?
Like 2-3 days?
Something like not even a full 7 days.
Wait.
So I don't get it, Chuck. I don't understand. Like I said, I don't have a game. But once again, and mind you, Chuck, that when the game was on PC, and I've heard from Fred because he's been playing this game since probably March on PC. Like he just said, the game still to this day is not run as the way it should on PC. So, I mean, come on now. Let's give it a little bit of a break here. Pump your brakes, guys. Give the game time. Patches are going to be rolling out. Remember Ark, like I said before. Ark is a prime example of a very ambitious game. Same type of game, super open world. I mean, you don't have the shooting and everything. You do have guns and stuff, but same kind of game, very ambitious, open world, massive map. All these kind of things you can do, moving parts, dinosaurs and shit everywhere. You can ride and fly, swim underwater. It had a lot of issues for the first probably year. And then even still after that, then as it kind of patches rolled out, they fixed a few things. Now it's optimized, and it plays great on the Xbox. And that's just a vanilla Xbox or the Xbox One X. Not even a One X. So give it a little time, guys. Give it a little time. So you guys got anything else to talk about on PUBG before we move on?
Stop hating.
Oh, stop hating. And once again, guys, all the topics we talk about here on the show today are always for you guys too. So chime in. Let me know what you guys think about what we're talking about, man. I love to hear from you guys. I love the interaction, guys. And just thank you for everybody that stopped in today. You guys are awesome. Snake Eyes, Arwen, Chance, super awesome. Appreciate you guys here today. So let's go ahead and move on, man. I really thought we was gonna be on that topic for a lot longer than that, but looks like we moved on from that pretty quick. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is a funny article I saw earlier, and I thought this was pretty comical. Now, depending on which side of the coin you are, if you have kids, you don't have kids. I'm a parent. You know, I have kids. I know Fred has kids. I don't think Chuck has any kids as of yet. But I saw an article saying loot boxes, well, essentially loot boxes equal gambling for kids. That's kind of how they equated it. I know it was a clickbait kind of title, but as I clicked on it, there were so many other articles from a lot of the known publications that we see and reread on a daily basis talking about the same thing, about loot boxes essentially being gambling for kids, or Counter-Strike and all these other games where you can buy all these different things. And I don't necessarily agree with that at all. I think it's kind of ridiculous to associate that with gambling. I understand spending money to get something or spending money to get a chance to get something, but we're not in a casino. There's no alcohol being passed around. There's no cigarettes being lit. I don't know. I just want to get you guys' opinion on it. I'll start with you, Chuck. What's your opinion on it? I mean, do you think that's a fair equation? You think that's fair?
I mean, I think it's fair, but at the same time, it's like one of the type of questions and type of situations where it's a contradicted. You can contradict yourself, but still be right about it. Because it's like I look at it, it's gambling just for the pretty much like for just because of the definition of gambling. But at the same time, just about everything is a gamble in a sense. So you can pretty much take anything as a gamble, as in a kid watching sports. It could be his favorite TV show. It could be Wipeout, American Glad. It could be anything you could take and you could turn into gambling. So it is gambling, but it's just how you monitor and monetize a lot of this stuff, because you might have something that's like like how they saying with the skins with the loot box and people putting up so many skins and they spending real money for these skins. They got to watch out on scenarios like that, because people try to beat a lot of people out of their money, and especially a kid don't know no better, ain't working. He just get mama credit card or daddy credit card and just running with it. So you got to keep in mind of those situations. So they need to kind of like enforce more of the your gamer tag with your age, and your age kind of blocks you out of some certain things. But they don't have to be. I'm talking about like just extreme stuff, like the being able to purchase like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just, that's like automatically. So you if you're 10 years old, you ain't working, you ain't got no credit card. That's not yours. You get it from your parents. So you got to get your parents' permission.
Yeah.
They don't have to implement that. It should be automatically though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously precautions should be taking place. Obviously, that's one thing. I mean, and honestly, I don't know what your kid is doing. That's kind of your fault. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like sitting in front of the TV and then mad. You sitting in front of primetime television, and then the next week the teacher calls and say your kid's cussing in school. Where they get that from? You're like, I don't know. You sitting in front of the damn TV 8 hours a day. What do you think they're gonna learn? You know what I'm saying? So you should probably keep a better eye. Not want to tell anybody how to parent, but I think that's one of those things where it's, you can see both sides. I do understand where you're coming from, Chuck, about it kind of can be seen that way, in a particular instance. But I just think overall that's kind of a lazy way of saying, parents do a better job, at making sure knowing what your kid's doing. And I understand things happen. Kids are kids. They do shit.
But hey, look, this is kind of like same subject, but kind of out subject. I know, let's say with YouTube, right? You got YouTube Kids, and you go have it playing on My Little Pony. You can be sitting there watching My Little Pony with your kids, and you can go to the go be cooking or something like that. And like on YouTube, the next episode come out, they might have somebody might have eased into the kids thing with some type of crazy My Little Pony. There's putting and farting and cursing and saying stuff. when you only must know because you've been watching the My Little Pony channel with her, and all of a sudden now this filth just come through there. So it's kind of hard to just say that on people watching them because you don't really know it sometimes. Sometimes it just go under the radar.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Good point. So, what do you think about it, Fred? What do you think about that loot boxes gambling? Do you think they can equate to each other for kids, or do you think that's kind of ridiculous?
Well, first I'm gonna say you don't have to just equate to it to kids. It's adults too, because adults buy
True.
loot boxes too. So, but it's kind of like those old you remember the Camel cigarettes back in the day, and they had the cartoon Camel character, the Camel smoking cigarettes, and little kids would look at that and think it was cool, right? Because it's a cartoon, and so they think it's cool to smoke. So like they're trying to translate it into that, and so they ended up getting rid of the cartoon character for those cigarettes based on some lawsuit, right? So it's a loot crate thing. So what it is, I can see how they equate to gambling in general, even where it kind of tailors towards kids a little bit too much, where, kids are playing these games and they see something come across. Well, yo, buy this loot box for $20 and you have a chance to earn something. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, slots, like, like the little machines you play, you put quarters in and you get random chances to win, whatever amount of money it is. But that's what they're trying to, equate it to, trying to correlate it into.
Yeah.
You don't get it. It's like, the chance of you actually getting that item really slim, but you're going to keep spending money on it. And certain kids who don't give a shit or just have money or whatever, they get addicted to that because they're trying to get that one item. So they keep trying over and over again. It's like trying to win the lottery, or trying to win those slots, So I see where they're coming from. I don't see it going that direction too far yet. But I could see it going that way, if you start making these games like a random, the more and more games we come out with loot boxes and stuff like that, that kind of business model, I can see kids getting addicted to it. Like, I got to get this gun. I got to get this skin. I got to get this. I got to spend another $5 on it. Next thing you know, they're $50 in the hole, trying to get something. The thing is, the reward you're getting from that isn't worth it. Like you can either earn it in game, just grind for it yourself, or like it's not really giving you that much of a benefit when you're playing the game in the first place. It's just more or less cosmetic type stuff in the long run. But these kids don't understand that. They're like, you don't need that to play the game. Just either A, get better, or B, just deal without it. So I can see where they're coming from an article perspective, but I just don't want to. It's almost like the parent in me doesn't want to think about it that way. I can see they're correlated into the same thing because it does go that way. I mean, you see people spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on Overwatch,
Yeah.
I personally, I beat the shit out of my kid if I see her doing that shit. But it's like, I mean, I don't do it. Like I've never ever, I don't think I've ever bought a loot crate like that where I like to be competitive. Like I'm an old school gamer. I want to play and try and get better at what I'm doing, play right with the right, character. I'm not gonna buy my way into a game, but I mean, we're in a different generation. Kids like the quick thing, like let me spend money on it, and get it now.
Instant gratification.
Yeah, that's what they want. Instead of earning it, they just want to let me just buy it. It's only $5.
And funny thing is, bro, my son, actually, I have a funny story. He wanted some money for his birthday. He's like, Dad, can I have $100? I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, anything else? He's like, no, just $100. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. So birthday came around in October. Oh, okay, cool. Here's $100, son. You sure that's it? Like, you don't want nothing? I don't want you coming to me 2 days later. I'm like, oh, you should have got this. No. He's like, no, that's all. He literally spent 80 of the 100 on Roblox. Like 80 of the $100 on. So I understand. Oh. Yeah, I understand like that. But once again, that was different. He's a little older. He's a teenager. But I do understand where they're coming from. At the same time, Fred, I just think, I mean, is that good? Well, not good marketing, but at the same time, I just think that like it's hard to really get me like push behind that because I just think that like think about it this way. Okay, like cell phone games, those are notorious for kids like running up their parents' credit card because those are so convenient. You get a cell phone and kids playing the game. Oh, look, I can get 10 diamonds for $1. Clicks the damn thing 20 times. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, you got a $25 bill. Yeah, so I think that kind of got the ball rolling for this kind of a conversation, and it's kind of worked its way into video games, especially lately with some of the fucked up things that companies have been doing with these loot boxes, namely Star Wars Battlefront 2 recently. Pay to win kind of situation. It's always kind of been that way though, Fred. I mean, you look at these free to play games, that's kind of how they make their money. You know what I'm saying? Like, Warframe and all these other games that are free. That's how they make their money. I mean, essentially,
Yeah, but
you're paying. You can
can
pay
you
to
not
get
play
weapons.
those games just the way they are and just
You
earn that stuff?
can.
But
They
they
do
want
give you
instant
an option.
gratification, right?
But once again,
Yep.
yeah, that's true. But once again, I mean, it's. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was answering the question. Like, is it more instant gratification, or just kids like, do they really need that stuff to play the game competitively?
That's hard. I don't have a direct answer for that because there are some games, Warframe, where yes, I could go on Warframe right now. I haven't. I played a shit ton of it, but if I never played anything right now, I can go and spend $80 and get a prime character right now and be probably and destroy everybody. So at that point, it's kind of OP because you're like, okay, you can just drop some money and everybody's walking around with max gear on. You've never played this game in your life. So that's kind of an extreme situation. But I mean, just, games where loot boxes aren't that bad. I mean, Overwatch, I know you brought it up. That's not loot. That's all cosmetic. Loot boxes in Overwatch don't change anything. They don't change the way you play, anything. That doesn't change or affect the game at all. I'm okay with that. But I just find it hard to equate the two. I get the process. It's kind of like gambling. It really is because you get a chance. But I don't know. I wouldn't go so far as to say that, like, make it like a real issue.
Yeah,
You know
I mean, I'm
like,
not either. I'm in agreement with you there, but I can see where they're coming from. It's like I understand, but it's still like I think we're ways off from that. But like, I mean, I could easily see, like, I tweeted this a while back. I was like, I can easily see Madden going that route, or when you get the cards and stuff like that, like going the not necessarily play to win, but like that model, the business model that's out there now, where like you pay for packs and stuff like that, and you continuously get better and better. And kids that are trying to be competitive in that game, they want that boost or something to make their running back faster or something like that, and they're trying to get that good pack. It's like baseball cards, back in the day, but we're not there yet. Now, holler at me in like 5 years, I could see us being in that direction though.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Chuck, you got anything else to chime in about that, man?
I mean, nah, not really. It's just one of those situations. No matter how you look at it, it's kind of like it's contradicting. Like you can't say yeah and you can't say no because it's gambling, but at the same time, it's not really gambling, even though it's marketed to kids. But it's not gambling, so I don't know. It's like one of those type of situations.
Yeah, definitely a tough topic, man. Definitely, and I think we'll have this conversation more, and it'll become more prevalent as games. Especially what happened with just like I said, Star Wars Battlefront 2. If that continues to happen, which I think in some way, shape, or form that it will, because these companies got to make money back at some point. They got to generate money back. Money that they're losing, whatever the case may be, they're not getting from like GameStop and was it trade-in, things like that. They're not getting any of that revenue, so they have to generate some kind of income. So we'll see more of that, I think, in the future. But move on to the next topic, guys. Thank you for everybody showing up once again. I don't want to miss anybody else that's in here. Shout out to Chance, Arwin, Snake Eyes, everybody else is here. In the podcast, hanging out with us today, guys. Subscribe to the channel, by the way. Like the video too. Next topic, guys. So, are you guys excited for 2018? That's really what I'm talking about. I mean, it's the end of the year. I'm going to do an end of the year podcast. By the way, it won't be on like New Year's Eve, obviously, but it'll probably be the last Thursday of the month, whenever that is. I'll probably do that'll be my end of the year podcast. But 2018 has come upon us really fast, like super duper fast, and I'm super excited for 2018. As a gamer, because I don't know what the fuck is going on in 2018. I don't have any idea. I have some idea, obviously. I'm not completely clueless, but the games that are coming out, what we're going to see at E3. I know it's a little early to talk about that, but I love just thinking about it, what we may see, and just kind of talking about it. So what are you guys excited for 2018? We're going to start with you, Fred. What kind of gets you hyped for 2018?
Well, first I want to think about the games that are coming out. So you got Sea of Thieves finally has a release date.
Awesome.
We got Crackdown, maybe. State of Decay. I'm speaking specifically on the Xbox side, but we got God of War on PlayStation 4. So like what I know, we probably got a Forza coming out, but what I know, like the one game I'm really hyped about is Ashen. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm hoping Ghost Recon comes out with their battle royale mode next year. Um, I'm not really hyped over Monster Hunter. I played the beta a couple of days ago. I wasn't really impressed with it on the PS4. But just like from the Xbox side specifically, like the fact that outside of Crackdown, Sea of Thieves, and State of Decay, I have no fucking clue what's coming at E3 this year. Like I have no clue. I mean, I don't think anybody. I'm sure somebody does, but like as far as us gamers, us YouTubers, and stuff like that, like we can guess. But all the games that were announced at E3 last year are supposedly coming out before E3 comes up this year. I'm not really so sure about Crackdown, but even if it doesn't, that's just one game, maybe a Forza, but that's it. That's all we know about right now. So I think my hype level right now for the games that we don't know about is what's really keeping me excited because we just been sitting back waiting for all these games to drop, and they've been holding their cards up close, and so I'm sure we'll get some leaks later in the year. But as of this current moment right now, I have no idea what's coming next year. I don't think anybody has any idea. Good. Yeah, it's good, but it's not. Like I really wish. Like okay, so like I'm kind of changing topics just slightly for a second, but like we had PSX, we had the Game Awards show, right? And we got the announcement for Sea of Thieves, the release date. So I thought Microsoft with PlayStation having their own shitty event, whatever you want to call that, whatever it was. But with them having their event, I thought the stage was set for Microsoft to at least announce something other than a release date. They could have shown some Crackdown. They could have shown some State of Decay. They didn't have to show anything coming up from E3 this year because as far as I know, there's no events from Microsoft between now and E3, right?
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
Maybe the build conference.
I think. That build conference. Yeah.
And I don't know how much.
And that's all tech stuff. They don't usually show very many games, if anything.
But and there's nothing announced. So this was the last stage, the last final push for them before E3, and they did nothing but give us a release date. So,
hey, I got a question for you because I was looking for somebody that had that felt that way. Why would they show more though? Because it'd be like a waste of time. I mean, just think about it. Everybody that watch PSX, everybody that watch the Game Awards show, you know what they are? Gamers, right?
True.
How many hardcore gamers that's watching this show don't own the system already?
Most of them do.
I mean,
most of them that are watching that show own a system already.
Right.
But it's like, okay, take a page out of the Sony playbook, right? So anytime Microsoft has something out, announcing something big, something major, like whether it's a game or a console, Sony tries to take a little bit of limelight out of there by announcing a release date or showing some footage of a game.
There's a caveat to that though, Fred. The media does a great job of doing that. Sony doesn't.
The media does. Yeah, the media does good, but you got to look at it from this angle here. Okay, they capitalize on events that's gonna get to the casual person that don't have a system yet. So those the people you're fighting for. You're not fighting for the hardcores no more. You're not fighting for the gamers that's watching on PSX. You gotta get to that category where don't waste your money trying to sell something. That's like preaching to the choir. It's a waste of time. You gotta go to the people
because
that need
what time of the year are we in right now? The holiday season. Xbox typically sells fairly well at the end of the year, right? This is the time that they need to start pushing their console. They have a brand new Xbox One X console out there right now, and outside of the launch date, we ain't heard shit from them. Nothing. And they have a stage right now where they could easily just say, hey, here's some footage of Crackdown. Here's some footage of Sea of Thieves. Here's some footage of State of Decay. Here's a teaser for something coming out next year. You don't know what it is. We don't know what it is. Just put a date up there and just put like a graphic up there or something. But they did nothing. They showed us Sea of Thieves. We've seen that fucking last before E3s.
If you guys can't tell, this has been a thorn in Fred's side for the last 2 to 3 years. We've been talking about it on the podcast also on the marketing side of things, and Microsoft kind of sitting on their hands every now and then. Like I said before, I always try and see both sides of the coin. I see your side. You made a great point, Chuck. I also see, Fred's side, because it honestly, I mean, there have been numerous times where there have been opportunities to do something. He's not saying like anything big, like fucking shoot Phil Spencer out of a cannon at PSX with a fucking new game shirt on or something and land on an elephant. Nothing crazy. Yeah, he's just something.
Yeah, I ain't saying like go
It's
all
something.
balls to the wall and just drop a brand new fucking exclusive we never heard of before, but like some Anthem gameplay would have been nice. I mean, I know it's not exclusive, but I mean, like we haven't heard shit about the game Ashen. They could have dropped some info about that. Maybe like again, a teaser would have been nice on something, and we got nothing. And so it's like here is Sea of Thieves release date. Here is PUBG, and later.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, think about it. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I'm just talking about like at the Game Awards, not they marketing all the way around the board, like what I'm saying, around Christmas time. I'm just talking about specifically for the Game Awards.
Yeah, no, like I said,
yeah.
Go ahead, Chuck.
No, I was just saying you can't sell no. I mean, you can't sell a console to people that's already watching the Game Awards because they already have it. But outside the Game Awards, I agree Predator 100%. Out the Game Awards, they should be marketing their ass off. It's Christmas time. That's what they need to be doing. But in the Game Awards, we already have the consoles. We already know what's coming out.
Well, true, but like what could have happened at the Game Awards was what typically happens after E3. After you see something on E3, it's typically talked about in social media after that, right? So like, you're right, and I agree with you on that aspect, Chuck. Like that may not have been the place for something for to show something for casuals, because that's more of a hardcore event, and it's actually a pro Sony event in my eyes. But like at the end of that, when all that ended, right? People get on Twitter, people start talking. Oh my God, did you guys see that gameplay of Fable 4? That shit was amazing.
And that's just spreads.
And it spreads, yeah. And that's people talking about it now. But like right now, the only thing people are talking about on the Xbox side is how shitty PUBG looks.
Yeah, essentially. It's
negative press now. So like,
the crazy thing about that Fred is that it's like clockwork every single fucking time. And me and Chuck just talked about that. I know we're kind of getting a little bit off topic here, guys, about 2018, but essentially we're gonna work our way back around to that. But no, that's absolutely true, man. Like it always fucking happens. I mean, you get a good week, the game comes out, everybody's like, oh, there's so much momentum, and then there's something else. Outrage about the frame rate, about it not being playable, about and those are real issues. Don't get me wrong, I'm not skirting into the side like, oh, that shouldn't be a problem, people shouldn't complain, but it just seems to be a continuous cycle. And my thing is, when are Microsoft has made I'm not asking them to do more than what they've done, because they've come back from the goddamn grave. If you guys remember the beginning of the generation, that was about as bad as it can get for a company. That was about as bad a start you can get on the generation. I've never seen a company have that. Well, maybe shit. I can't remember, even maybe like fucking Neo Geo or some shit. I don't know. I've never seen a company start off in a hole like that, essentially in a gigantic fucking hole at the beginning of the gen, and they've kind of worked their way back. But adjustments, like you said, marketing, being more visible, letting us know what's going on. Maybe just teasers here and there. Well placed things. Like it doesn't take a lot of time. We don't need a lot. We need something. We don't need a whole lot. We just need something.
But
I get
digress off that, man. But 2018, I'm looking forward to seeing what they have in there, what they've been kind of holding their cards and we do this after every E3. Oh, wait till next year. We're gonna have this next year. And like I said last year that they should have, like, I didn't really want to hear wait till 2018 E3, and we actually are doing that again now. So
no, but I mean, so like I said, we're gonna work our way back around. But you said you're excited for what game was it? You said you were excited for?
Ashen is my big my big game of 2018. The I guess the game under the radar no one's really talking about. Kind of like how Ori and Cuphead kind of flew under the radar when they came out. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, these games are amazing!" I think Ashen is going to be that game next year.
Yeah, Ashen looks. It's RPG, right?
I actually don't even know.
Really don't know. Oh, I don't know why I've heard RPG.
It's like a first person shooter.
No, it's not.
No, Ashen's that weird one with like the
It's a weird one. Everybody's gray with no faces
and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I was joking. I know what you're
talking. Okay.
Oh shit.
Like, shooter, what the drinking?
I was like, wait.
Gotta be over there sipping that.
Is he thinking Anthem? Like that's it, right?
All right, cool. So Chuck, man, what are you excited for 2019 or 2018? Sorry, I'm skipping ahead. 2018.
Yeah.
No, 2018. 2018. What excites you, man? What's coming out? Game, hardware? It don't matter what it is, man.
Yeah, you're just about to blow my brains with them. Like,
I was, right?
Yeah, I'm like 2019. Shit, hold
Jesus
up.
Christ.
But yeah, me and Prey kind of the same way. I'm about the unknown of this Microsoft E3 because we know what Sony gonna pretty much bring to the table. They're gonna have the games they've been showing us for a year. We're gonna probably get like 2 or 3 more games that's for 2022. But you know what I'm saying, majority of that that's what we gonna get from the Sony. So I'm not too interested in theirs right now because of that long wait. You know what I'm saying? That long
quick
wait.
question, Chuck. I don't want to cut you off, but this is bothering the fuck out of me. You just mentioned 2022. Does anybody still have any idea what the fuck Death Stranding is about?
Oh, shit.
Hey,
Even
it's about throwing shit on the wall and seeing what stick.
I don't. Is it a birth simulator? I don't understand.
I think you know how Mario, when you used to play Mario as little, and in the top left hand corner they have a little bit of Mario, and they have an X, and they have like 3 lives right there. No, the X3 they got 3 lives. Your baby that's inside that you holding, that's your second life. So when you die, you know what I'm saying, the baby go inside your body and he give you a thumbs up because he finna come out you again. So now you're being reborn, and then you got your body, and then you got to get you another little baby so you can have your extra man. So the little babies, the everybody extra man that they have.
Oh, okay. I get it now. Okay, cool. So it's Mario. Okay, got you. All right, anyway, go ahead and finish your thoughts.
Hey, hold on. I want to say that was completely bullshit. Don't nobody know what that game about.
I'm not even making fun of the game. It can come out and be brilliant. I just don't know the direction. Anyway, I digress on that topic. Go ahead, finish your thought about 2018, Chuck.
Oh yeah, 2018. Now look, this about this Microsoft thing, it's just the whole concept of the unknown. Because you know what I'm saying, as long as we don't get no leaks, I do not want no leaks. Jeff Keighley better shut the fuck up. But I just want to see all this new stuff because you know, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, and Crackdown, they might get pushed back, but you know what I'm saying, that's just 3 games. They got a whole hour, but you know what I'm saying, a lot of PlayStation people probably say, oh, if Xbox come out with those 3 games, they ain't gonna have nothing to show at E3. They might not have no E3 show. You know how you know if you're a opponent, you'll make that statement. But that's why I'm more interested for, and I'm Anthem. I'm interested in playing that. You know what I'm saying? It look like it's gonna be a juggernaut. So you know what I'm saying, it look like it's gonna be a good year. And Sea of Thieves, man, that game gonna hold me for a while.
Yeah. I think people are underrating Sea of Thieves. I still think Sea of Thieves, people aren't really seeing. I get it. I completely understand. It's kind of kiddish. It comes off as being kind of a kid's game, you get Minecraft kind of feel, maybe not like the building, aspect, but just kind of a, kind of a loopy game, just kind of a kiddish. You got a pirates, we're doing this and doing that. But there's a lot more I think that game is a lot of layers, and I think people are going to be very, very surprised when it actually comes out. And I hope and I pray that Rare continues to make and optimize the game, continues to add things to the game. Not necessarily like DLC or anything, maybe even DLC, but just add tons of customization, all kinds of crazy shit.
A lot of updates, yeah.
They had a stream today on Mixer about it, and it's actually, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I know Chuck ain't played it yet. Throwing a jab there, but
right to the kidney.
But like I ain't gonna lie, man. I was like, man, I don't think I'm gonna get this. Like I was like really like thinking like I'm gonna pass this up. I haven't even been hyped about the game anymore. But like after seeing that Mixer stream today, I was like, man, there's a lot more to this game than I thought. They just, again, it's we're playing the beta. I can't really talk too much about it, but like, or the alpha, whatever you want to call it. But like, it just seemed really basic to me. But then once I saw the direction they're gonna go with the game, I was like, oh man, there's a lot more in this game than I really thought there was. So it's still not at the top of my list. I still want to see a little bit more of it. But again, I'm in a preview program, so I'll see, a little bit more, hopefully. But I know the beta is coming again here pretty soon for some people who haven't gotten into it. But
yeah,
so maybe Chuck could get in there. But like that should be your telltale sign right there. It is a social game. Just remember that. So make sure you play with friends and stuff like that. But if you can't, it ain't gonna be a fun of experience for you. But if you can, it definitely is a game that's gonna keep you interested. I mean, like I'm talking like Minecraft level type interest. You know,
Yeah.
like it's gonna be around. They made this game to specifically have long legs and last a while. So this should
And
be
another thing too. Yeah, another thing too, Fred. Sorry to cut you off. It's a stream-friendly game. It's fun to like watch people play it. So that's another thing that's going to help the game to continue because streaming is Mixer, Twitch, that YouTube streaming. Like that's huge for you. That gives games so much life. Like that gives games so much. That'll add a year, 2, 3, 4 years onto a game. I mean, people are still streaming GTA 5 to this fucking day, and that game is how old now? Like 7 years old, something ridiculously old, like 5, 6 years old now.
I'm almost a teenager.
Yeah, exactly. The game been out forever, and it's still one of the most streamed games. I mean, it gives the games legs, so it's fun to watch people play, and I think people are going to be incredibly surprised when they finally get their hands on the game because I see Rare continuing to push and update that game for the next however long. I think the game has so much potential because it's the only game like it that's out. It's not competing against anything. There's nothing else that's like that. I mean, it doesn't have any other competition. Am I correct, Fred? Is there anything that is comparable?
Yeah, it got something. It got something. Skull and
What?
Bones.
What is that a game?
I think that's the name of the game.
the one from
the game
Ubisoft.
Yeah, the Ubisoft game. I think it's called Skull and Bones or something like that. It's a pirate game, but theirs is like it looks better, but it give you that what's that forgettable PlayStation 4 game that was a cinematic movie that was with numbers.
The
18
fucking
1844, something like
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it. It was a forgettable game. So
yeah, that game right there.
The Order.
That yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
that.
Yeah, the Order. Nah, that's it. Bam, bingo. But yeah, it's gonna be a game like that. So look good, but forgettable. Well, we had to sit here 5 minutes to try to remember that game name. That's a shame.
Yeah, that's a damn shame. Okay, so I guess it's my turn. I guess it's my turn. So 2018 for me, I'm excited about just like you said, the big question mark, the unknown. That's what gets me juiced up because usually for the last probably 3 or 4 years, or even 2 or 3 years, I'd say, we've kind of had an idea. Like we have like something where okay, we know this is coming, we know that's coming. I mean, like he said, Sea of Thieves, hopefully Crackdown, State of Decay 2. Yeah, but that's it. That's it. That's it. I don't know anything else. And usually we hear rumblings the year before about other things. And, people kind of let the cat out the bag at some point, or whatever the case may be. So I'm hoping that the question marks are going to stay right up until the day E3 drops because I'm looking forward to Xbox, looking forward to PlayStation, Nintendo dropping some shit on our laps that we didn't know about. So that always gets me excited. And 2018 will be nothing less than spectacular for the games that do come out. I'm really hoping Crackdown does. I don't want it to become a fucking, what was that? I don't want Crackdown to become The Last Guardian. I really want the game to come out and be an actual game and be fun to play. So we're going to go ahead and move on, guys, to the last topic. You guys know I like to throw in a wrinkle. Once again, the chat is live. This topic is specifically for you guys too. We have a lot of fun in here. I don't just like to talk about everyday topics that everybody fucking talks about on Twitter and on a daily basis on these podcasts. So the last thing we want to talk about here, and I think you're gonna have a good time with this one, Chuck, is your favorite all-time video game level. A level in a video game. Okay, doesn't matter what platform it's on, doesn't matter how old it is. A specific level that's like your favorite. Like you can play one level on a game just over and over constantly. Like that level would be your favorite level. So we're gonna start with you, Chuck, because I feel like you got some shit. So,
all right. When you mentioned level, I was like, it was kind of complicated at first because I was like, man, they got so many games that I played that I like. They got certain levels that I like and that was memorable. But one I remember playing and it just keep popping in my mind was that Ninja Turtles game for the Super Nintendo. The one that you kind of like move up and down.
Side scroller.
Yeah, I remember that hard ass fucking game. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, and it was and it was actually the first level when you when I think that was I mean it's been so long ago, so it's kind of vague in my memory. But I think it was like Rocksteady or Bebop. They bust through the wall and you had to fight him.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, just keep going up and down here to be charging.
Yeah.
You got to move out of the way and then jump kick
Beat the shit out of me too.
Yeah, it was something about that game. It just it's like one of them games that hold memory in your brain that you always have little flashes of.
Yeah.
No, so that's that one.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go next. We're gonna let Fred go last. Since you marinate over there, Fred. I know you got some shit too. So it'll be I can't think of the name of it's the ghillie suit map on card 4.
You motherfucker.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Yeah, the ghillie suit level. Yeah, that's I think that level for a lot of people really like it changed my perception. Like it changed the way I looked at shooters. Like dead ass on the story, like the way you had to play the level, the intense, like you locked in, like you was locked in playing it. Like I was like sitting there stressed the fuck out trying to play the level. Like man, I can't breathe. I'm stopping myself from breathing. I ain't even in a video game. Like I was dead ass serious. Like that game got me so hyped in it. Once you finish it, the gratification of finishing the level, you know, when you finally fucking blow off, you know, you shoot the guy, snipe the guy, whatever the case may be, and you got to get the fuck up out of there. That shit is so intense. It's probably one of the most cinematic and intense levels. It's like a perfect blend of gameplay and story all in one. And what do you call it? Ambiance, environment, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
All of that rolled into one fucking ball perfectly on that level. It all came together in a beautiful, beautiful level. So I remember that sticks out specifically in my head. So you can't take mine now, Fred. You gotta do something different.
I'm gonna talk about that one for a split second, but I had a backup just in case someone else took that one. But that level, I think it was Modern Warfare, the sniper mission where you're crawling around, like that was my favorite mission in that game. I played that over and over again just because it was a change of pace in the game because everything else was just run and gun, shoot, and that was like stop, shh, relax, lay down, don't move, go here. You know, like it was actually the way that I love my military tactical shooters, so it kind of reminded me of some of the shit that we've done in the military. Like it's like move here, like stay down, like stay out of cover, that kind of thing. So that was my pick too. But since you stole it, I'll go with my second pick, and this is really recent. That first Ori level when you're actually jumping out of the waterfall, I believe, is the first level you do. Like that, like the music is going, and like you got all these splashes coming around you, and you're climbing up to get out of the tree or whatever the hell it is. But like you're climbing up, and like you're like, damn, when the fuck does this end? And like the music actually helps, again, the ambiance of the game, because like it adds a lot more drama to the game. Like your hands are sweating, and you never know how far you are away from finishing it until you actually do it. And as many times I died on that thing, like I kept trying it. You kept going back at it, and as the music is going, that weird award-winning music is going in the back of your ear, and you're jumping up the top of that thing, and then finally you make it to the top, and everything is kind of like this calms down. Like I played that level at least 3 or 4 times, man. And I died like 1,000 times that level, but it was. But when you finally finished it, you're like, fucking finally, you felt like you actually did something. So it made the rest of the game really hard, So
yeah, no, for sure. And there's another honorable mention on my side too. Now I don't know why I'm forgetting which Halo it was. I believe it was 2. Now you guys can correct me if it was 2 or 3. I could have been 3. But anyway, the last level where you have to drive the fucking warthog through the last level, you jump over that onto the plane and you guys fly off before the fucking ring blows up.
I think I was 2.
Well, you got to just drive. I think that was 2. I think you got to drive. That shit was so fucking cinematic. That was another level where you were just driving the warthog, but it was everything that was going to build up to that moment. You fought all the way through the flood to you obviously wanted to blow up the ring to destroy the flood, but all the build up, kind of culminated in that drive and shit falling out from above you, driving, you drifting. And, man, there was nothing like it at the time. At that time, there was no other, mission like that. So that's also another mission that sticks out of my head. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that shit, Chuck?
I died a million times on that too.
Yeah, that shit was so good. It was so good, man. So
anyway,
guys.
Hey.
Yeah.
No, you were talking about what you were talking about cinematic. What about sentimental? Mine was Clementine when she had to shoot Lee Lee in the head on Walking Dead season 1.
Yeah, that was Lee Chuck. Like, man, come on, we was having such a nice time, Chuck.
Well, I get something happen in. The most funny one is the Cuphead when he got to do the first level and old boy couldn't get over the thing.
The practice level, he couldn't jump over the wall.
Yeah, the practice level.
How do you do this?
Can't understand what's going on. I can't get it out there.
Much. Anyway, that's pretty hilarious. So,
Mind blown.
yeah, I know, right? So, guys, looks like we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the podcast, guys, for today, man. It's been a very, very fun podcast, man. Shout out to everybody who checked us out today. Shout out to everybody who showed support live here, watching, answering the questions in the chat. You guys are fucking awesome, man. I enjoy doing this every single week, guys. I love it. You know, it's one of the favorite things to do, obviously. So we're gonna keep them coming. More to come, more guests to come. I'm just gonna try to get a couple other people on next week, also, too, guys. Just to mix things up a little bit, add some new flavor to the show. Arwen, hopefully she gets a chance to go on, guys. I'll make that announcement a little bit later when we get that all finalized. But anyway, so go ahead and shout out yourself, guys. Where you guys gonna be at? What you guys got anything coming up? Go ahead, Fred.
Saturday, next podcast, shop podcast next Thursday. My podcast is kind of random, but I try and do it on Sundays around 9 a.m. I should be able to do one this week. Nothing else going on, man. Some PUBG. Follow me on Twitter, Predator_H2OS, on Switch, on Steam, on PlayStation 4, on YouTube as well. So hit me up on all those channels, and I'll be happy to play games with you guys. Thanks.
For sure. For sure. All right, Chuck, where you at, man? You up?
Yeah, I'm up. You can find me on the Vibration podcast on Wednesdays. That's what we talk about Marvel, DC comic books, and you know what I'm saying. We kind of just dive into about all the stuff that's going on with the TV shows, the comic books. You know what I'm saying, all this crossovers. Who is the favorite joke? I mean, it'd be awesome because then we throw a little bit of video games in there too. You know what I'm saying. I got an off with your head segment. It's pretty awesome. Y'all gotta check it out. It's on Wednesday nights at 11:10 Central. You know what I'm saying, 11 Eastern, 10 Central. And Mountain Time and all those other time frames, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. So you know how that goes.
Don't math, damn it.
Yeah. People can figure it out. It's good though. But yeah, Triple Cup Chuck. Yeah. Oh, and the Saints going to Super Bowl. I know you're gonna try to give Jersey at the end. I want to get it in first.
I don't know. I think the team that I actually root for has the best record in the NFL. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. We'll get into that later. Anyway. So what'd you say?
I said I hear you.
All right, so it's your boy PTK BLAM, guys, the host with the most friendly neighborhood gamer, any other AKA you can possibly think of, guys. So catch me on Xbox Live and PTK BLAM across the board. Here, subscribe, like the videos, guys. Let me know what you guys think of what I'm doing. You know, give me some new ideas if there's anything you guys think I need to add to the show, guys. Anybody you want me to talk to, or hit me up, DM me on Twitter. It's actually not. You can put in PTK BLAM and find me on Twitter also too. So I'm there too. Follow me. You guys have been awesome once again, man. We're gonna be checking out here tonight, man. Same time next week. Place you guys catch us here, the Most Lit Podcast on YouTube, guys. Take it easy. We will see you guys next Thursday. Have a good one. Peace out.
Go Saints. Super Bowl.